Welcome to the Morning Report, a production of fightbackmedia.com, the #1 source of urban conservative information in America.
Well, good morning and welcome to the Morning Report. My name is Willie Lawson. I trust that you are well today. The Morning Report is produced at fightbackmedia.com, fightbackmedia.com, and fightbackmediatv.com. All righty. Now, we've all heard people talk about, we're talking about the deep state and all that stuff. And a lot of people don't have really zero idea of what people are talking about when you talk about draining the swamp and those kind of things. We think, a lot of people think, not we think, but a lot of people think that means getting rid of your political opponents that people can elect. It's deeper than that. It's much, much deeper than that. And part of what a lot of people didn't understand, including conservatives, about Project 2025 is the role of political appointees. And there are lots of them. A lot of them. Here's the case of just one. Elizabeth Pena, a former Biden White House official and Kamala Harris transition team member, was recently fired from her position at the Department of Labor. Because these political appointees are everywhere. And, I don't know if Trump would have had 8 years in a row if you'd have been able to pull out all these people, but I think now there's a lot more urgency and we might see a lot more of this. Anyway, she was at the Department of Labor. Her removal follows allegations that her hiring skirted the standard procedure for converting political appointees into career federal employees. This is how we have agency loyalty and not loyalty to the Constitution or loyalty to a president or an administration. This is how we have institutional loyalty. This is how it builds up. Pena's tenure in government has been defined by her role in placing political operatives into key positions. She previously worked for the Biden Presidential Personnel Office, where she helped staff political roles across the government. Her earlier experience included time on Joe Biden's transition team and Beto O'Rourke's presidential campaign, where she conducted extensive vetting of potential hires. Following the 2024 election loss, Pena's career trajectory took a sharp turn as Kamala Harris's defeat became clear. The Labor Department created a 3-year term position for Pena. They made a spot so she could stay. Bypassing rules requiring approval from the Office of Personnel Management and notification to Congress, critics allege this was an attempt to secure a foothold in the federal workforce for the Biden administration's political allies. This is what they do. The situation comes to light through an investigation report by the Daily Wire, published on January 15th. The report uncovered that the term position created for Pena was unique and designed to last 3 years, coinciding with the bulk of President Trump's second term. This sparked an accusation of burrowing, where they just dig down deep and sort of hide and do their magic from a position that nobody even knows they're there. Well, this is a practice where the outgoing administrations attempt to covertly install political appointees into career roles. The report also noted that there were discrepancies in the hiring process. A similar permanent position had been advertised and then canceled around the same time Pena's term position was created. Critics allege that the term job was tailored specifically for Pena, offering her salary up to $153,000+ annually and a potential pathway to a permanent federal role. This is the swamp. Pena, it's terrible, I guess, what I'm about to say. I'm going to call this lady a swamp monster. But maybe she's just a swamp, I don't know. She's young in the swamp, I guess. In response to revelations, Secretary of Labor and other senior officials in the Trump administration acted swiftly. Pena was terminated effective immediately. An official with direct knowledge of the staffing decision stated the administration is actively working to ensure no other political operatives from the Biden-Harris administration were secretly burrowed into the government. The move is just part of a broader effort by the Trump administration to tighten oversight of the federal workforce. Strict rules are in place to prevent political appointees from seamlessly transitioning into career roles. And in the Pena case, it has become a focal point in ensuring that these rules are upheld. So following her termination, Pena has posted a lengthy statement on LinkedIn where she denied allegation of favoritism and defended her qualifications. She wrote, "The decision appears to have been influenced by an article published in a conservative outlet, Delaware, which alleged that I had burrowed into the position. The article insinuated that the role was simply handed to me. Let me be clear, nothing in my life has ever been handed to me." I guess you think LinkedIn is TikTok, but anyway. She also addressed claims that she was a diversity, equity, and inclusion hire, stating, "Even if I had been hired as part of a DEI effort, I would take pride in that." This is funny when people say so-and-so is a DEI hire. The left gets so angry. But this is your program. This is what you ought to be happy about. At least Pena says, even if I was, okay. I guess I could give her a little bit there. Give her a little bit. She concluded by reaffirming her commitment to advocating for equity and inclusion in her future endeavors. Well, your future endeavors need to be outside. I mean, this is an experienced person in vetting people for political jobs. She's worked in the Biden administration. She's worked in the Harris transition team. She worked for Beto O'Rourke. She's got some qualifications, I guess. She's got some experience. She'll be fine out there. There'll be somebody out there. There'll be some political consulting firm that either she can start or she can work with. She'll be fine. Pena case is indicative of a broader scrutiny under the Trump administration regarding federal workforce practices. Just days ago, a memo was issued to employees across multiple federal agencies announcing the elimination of DEI-related positions under an executive order. The memo warned against attempts to disguise such roles through coded or imprecise language and called on employees to report any such actions within 10 days without fear of retaliation. The heightened vigilance reflects a central theme of the Trump administration's second term: dismantling what it views as entrenched partisan elements within the federal government. This is the swamp. This is the swamp. And of course, we have people, like I have people that I know who are saying, these people are just, good civil servants and blah, blah, blah. No, they're not. A lot of them are political appointees that put people in place to protect the agency and not the agenda that the American people voted for. This is problematic. Elizabeth Pena's termination serves as a clear signal that the Trump administration is prepared to take a hard line against perceived political maneuvering in the federal hiring practices. As the new administration continues to enforce policies, stories like this one will continue to surface. All we got for now. Thank you again for tuning into the Morning Report. Again, my name is Willie Lawson. The Morning Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. Until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We'll see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.